Now listen, lunchtime. I'm gonna go at it for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go at it for about 15 minutes. It's lunchtime. I gotta go eat lunch. So last night, I haven't. I have not seen it. I've only seen about 20 minutes last night on the Miriam. What's her name? Miriam Yvette Silva. Her show with some of the candidates. I've only seen the part where Leonora Garcia are there and Norma Chopra are there. Some things that we have to understand in the first 20 minutes of that segment. And I'm gonna watch the whole thing, and I'm gonna analyze so we can make sure that we're as objective as possible. We have to be as objective as possible. And I would like to have both ladies on my show, but only one at a time. But they've already done it with her, so I don't, we don't need to. I don't think either way. That's a whole other issue. The whole debate last night. First of all, I'm against the debate. I am against the debate. I don't think an hour is not enough time to cover everybody's points of views, everybody's opinions, everybody's all that stuff. It's not. Let's be honest. Even with the presidential debates, when you have an hour, it's not enough time, right? And people are going to be talking over each other, throwing each other under the bus, getting personal. We have to avoid the whole debate stuff. That's one. Two, people are upset about the respect and the dignity and some nice words, but it's we don't know the whole story yet. We don't know why they didn't show up. We don't know if Progress Times reached out, scheduled it, and didn't have everybody set, right? So we can't say, oh well, they backed out. What if they never had accepted the invitation, right? So now, granted, there's also the other side. Well, why aren't they coming in? Well, that's a choice. That's a choice they have. They're doing their walk, the las caminatas. They're walking, whatever it might be, the drive-bys, the burgers, the barbecues, whatever it is. Everybody markets differently. But of course, everybody wants to hear everybody's points of views, perspectives, agendas, platforms, all those things. I get that. But I think the first 20 minutes or 15 minutes of the show last night was about them being so upset on maybe they weren't even at fault, right? It might have been that somebody, the Progress Times, whoever it was that had scheduled it, didn't have all their ducks in order, whatever it might be. I don't know. Who knows? Some things about being embarrassing in the circus. I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't know. I don't. I have to disagree a little bit, not completely, just a little bit on the embarrassing in the circus. It's marketing, right? It's marketing. And Dr. Utek, one of my professors at UTSA, one of the main things he taught me was there's no such thing as bad publicity. There's publicity, right? And whether you or some other people or whatever people agree with or without about the whole pumpkin patches that are being done or the drive-throughs being done and giving food and waving high. Well, the name of the game is getting your name out there. The name in politics is getting the name out there. That's number one. That is number one. Second, then you start talking about politics, your policies, the agendas, what do you want to see, your goals, aspirations, all those things. But number one is getting your name out there. So we have to understand that part of marketing. Whether some people think it's a circus, some people think it's embarrassing. You're running for a campaign. It's a campaign, and people need to know your name. Because when you go to the ballot box, when you go and you vote, they don't see your picture. They see a name, and that name has to get recognized. Because let's be honest, at least half of them aren't going to be educated. The voters are not going to be educated. Like, oh, I know the policies and all these things. It's just like, oh, I remember that name. Boom, hit it there. I'm not saying it happens everywhere. Like I said, 50-50. We don't know yet. So I do agree to some extent in the sense that I posted a thread the other day on saying it's not all these, meet and greets are going on. Is anyone talking about the substance, right? The substance on these are my goals, or this is what I have accomplished. This is what I want to do. This is the new direction we want to go into, whatever it might be, right? The substance. Another one was spending money wisely. When it's your own money, no matter how you got it, if it's your money and it's in your bank account, no matter how you got it, and the FBI or whoever's not, investigating you on your money and your bank accounts, it's yours, right? So I think people can spend it any which way they can in that sense. But I think there was a tone there in the sense of, I guess, I don't know how they make their money, but that'd be a nice conversation I would like to have with Norma Chapa if she would ever come on my show. I have to invite her, but that's my fault, not hers. That's my fault. But there's two sides, people can spend their money. I mean, if you want to have, a 20-year-old kid or daughter living at your house, and you're paying the bill for whatever it is, you're paying the bill. If your child is 40 years old, 30 years old, you have grandkids, whatever, campaigns, you want to, I play golf. I play golf twice a week. Hey, if I want to spend my money playing golf, I play golf. That's a personal choice on my account. So we got to be careful about how that comment, right? Some other things. There was a stimulus check. I've gone so far about the stimulus check, about how it's about a vote. Time out. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted with national politics. You have to understand that Donald Trump comes out and says he wants a standalone bill. If you understand politics and the way the Congress gets and all these things is, there's all these bills, and when they're, for example, Obamacare came out, right? Obamacare came out and says everybody deserves, let's just say as an example, health insurance. Boom. That's it. But then there's a lot of sub little things that come out. So a lot of clever Congress people want, okay, well, we're going to give the stimulus bill, Rudy, but I want this, and this. So Donald Trump is like, no, I'm not going to sign that. All I want is for we all, I don't know how, whatever it is, but it's just a standalone bill. So I don't think it's more about the politics in the sense of voting and to vote for him or not. It's more of stop playing games in the legislative branch and the Congress and all this. Stop playing those games and just say the stimulus check is going to be this, punto final. That's one thing that was mentioned there that I've seen so far. Parents' education. That was a great point. That's as far as I got. There was a comment about somebody about how the district can offer parent education. I'll tell you one thing. One of the biggest things I think, in my personal view, even if I were to run for school board for Sherryland, or maybe if I were ever to move to that West of Inspiration, would be teaching parents on how to be positive reinforcements, on how to help students be successful. Just hype them up. The nurture versus nature, and what a parent can do to help their child be successful. Not only like, get in this program, but how do you treat them at home, and how do you help them, and things like that. Because you get some of those things like the home life. How is it at home? Is it negative? People yelling at each other, name calling, or a lot of I love yous, I'm proud of you, you're doing great, stuff like that. I think that would be it will work wonders with educating people. Another one that I would educate people personally would be the bilingual program. If you were born in the United States, or kids that were started in pre-K, me personally, I think people that do I have time? Yes, I have plenty of time. So kids that started at in pre-K in any district here in the Valley, pre-K, kinder first, after first grade, that's it. No more bilingual. That would be my thing. If we want to get kids to, and I would teach parents. And of course, I don't like it when people throw out, the research shows. Well, yes, but where was that research done? If that research is done here in the Valley, where most people can survive on just speaking Spanish without ever learning a lick of English, that research is not the same compared to a New York study, a California study, Indiana study, Midwest study, because there's certain places in the United States where you kind of have to speak a little bit more English than you do here in the Valley. That'd be another one, right? So, for example, I came out with Tino. I actually posted it where I believe that a lot of the soccer parents, a lot of our kids in the area from Brownsville, the Juarez, Valley Views, and all these other areas, right? Some of those kids are not getting their top tier Division I scholarships because they struggle with the English language, and that shows in their grades and the ACT scores, because they don't have a stronghold in that English language. If they had a stronghold in the English language, they would do a lot better, and they would get a lot better scholarships to go play D1 in bigger schools, because I think the talent here in the Valley with soccer is pretty good, and in other sports as well. But either way, that's my analysis. I thought it'd be entertaining to give you guys some feedback on what I've seen so far with Miriam Yvette Silva and Leonora and Norma. I know she had I haven't gone to the point where the other candidates get there, but I'll continue watching. It'll take me about maybe a day or two to watch this thing, or maybe by tonight I'll have an analysis. And those are my points of views. Do not debate. Do not have a debate. Please do not do that. I refuse to have that kind of show. Whether it's Miriam, whether it's Progress Times, even the candidates, do not go on it. Now, in that situation, there was 5 people I know there's 4 people that came in that were from different positions, different seats. So I haven't seen it all, so I can't comment on that. I just know that it'd be best if we avoid the whole debate It's more of just ask questions and see what people answer, how they or what their points of view are. Because if not, it's gonna be a show. I think that would be a little bit. It could be a little bit embarrassing. But because some people want to call some other people out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it that way. It's more of, hey, what is your goals? What are your things that you've been? For example, the people that are already in there, those are the people you can question a little bit more in depth and saying, well, what do you have to say about when people say this, or what do you have to say about people that say this, or what about these amount of money, or this budget, or millions of dollars, and why didn't you spend it here? And that's a little bit different. That gets a little bit trickier. The new person coming in can always say, well, I'm not there yet, so I can't mention that. De volada se limpian las manos con esa, ¿verdad? But those are just different things. So that was my analysis from what I've seen. I'll come up with some more analysis over the course of time. Remember, my analysis is we always try to be as objective as possible. And that's what it is. Oh, and another thing. So Miss Chapa mentioned that her responsibility was her job and she doesn't put it up on video and Facebook. Well, then I think she should. I think she should, and she should showcase it. But being a job and being a volunteer thing for the community are two very different things. I don't know how that's working out, but my feedback on marketing would be videotape it, put it on Facebook Live. People want to see. That's the trend. That's what social media is. People want to see. People want to see what you're doing. You want those votes. Your name has to be recognized. By the more, the merrier, right? So either way, that's my analysis. I got to go get some lunch. Peace. I had about 30-minute window. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if anybody has any questions or wants to reach out, let me know later.